And joining me now on the air here at WOJB is Heather with the Boys and Girls Club of Lac-Courte. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's You should be tired after looking at your summer schedule and all the activities you've been doing with kids. Wow, what have you been up to?
It has definitely been a busy summer, like normal.
Yeah,
We are kind of rounding off the next 2 weeks. This Thursday, we switched our national night out. That is usually the first Tuesday of every month, August.
yeah,
Now that Sawyer County is doing that, we've decided to change ours to Thursday so that families can utilize both of the national night outs so they don't have to pick and choose. So we are having National Night Out on Thursday, and then next week is our last week of regular drop-in for the club. And we are going to be at, we're partnering with the LCO Child Support, and we're going to be at their Good Life Camp for a week with 55 kids.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That'll be a handful for sure. And as you are so used to dealing with handfuls of kids, it's great to see what the Boys and Girls Club has been doing here at LCO.
Yeah, we keep them very, very busy. I think the staff might be a little more tired at night than the kids are, but everyone's definitely exhausted when 5 o'clock rolls around.
Sure. And so then what happens at the end of the summer year? What how's the transition going to happen now into the school year and your schedule changes?
Like I said, this year we will be at a camp for a whole week off site in towards Minocqua. And then our staff will be going to a staff training the following week in Mystic Lake. It's a native service learning conference. So every other year, all of our program staff get together regionally with all our other native clubs, and they do some mandatory trainings, some programmatic trainings. So they do that for a week. We then have an in-service on site for a week where we plan the entire school year. So the staff don't usually come in till around 3 o'clock during the school year. So they have everything pretty much planned out from when we open on September 12th all the way through Christmas break. And then from our January to May timeframe, we do another little in-service to plan for that. And
Sure.
then that first week in May or September, I'm sorry, during Labor Day, we always take a staff vacation. We're so short or such a small staff that it's really hard when everybody takes different weeks off during the year. So we always just take a week off before we start our school year programming, and we take a week off before we start our summer programming just to give the staff a nice little break and some time to spend with their families as well.
Yeah. Very neat. Yeah, that's a very important thing. I can imagine that they get burned out after. It's still a lot of fun, but my goodness, yeah.
It is, like we always say, it's like 10 hours of organized chaos in the
Yeah,
summer, you know? It absolutely can be the best job in the world. We get to have a lot of fun with kids, and really we are a part of some of their favorite memories as kids, you know, and now that we have alumni that have left the club, they always talk about how their most fun memories as being a kid was with the Boys and Girls Club and the staff that were here. And they always remember the staff that were here while they were kids. So we definitely have the opportunity to have, you know, the most fun, best jobs ever, but it is exhausting.
yeah, yeah. Anything unique to the fall schedule or the winter schedule this year?
We haven't quite honestly even really thought that far. It's like full-fledged summer until it's
Yeah,
not summer.
yeah.
We'll be doing all of our normal programming that we do in the fall. We'll start our images group back up, of course.
Okay.
We had our images group trip in June, which was amazing. We went 4,900 miles in 10 days and stayed at 8 different locations, and we seen a beautiful, beautiful part of our country. We went out west on a little road trip.
Yeah. What is the images? What is this whole program about? Describe it.
Our Images group is a teen leadership group for young women. It's more of like mentoring type of program. It's myself and usually another female staff or volunteer. And most of the times it's somebody that's been through images that usually helps with it. We meet once a week and we go over, just better ways to deal with things. It's tough being a teenager. We really form a tight support group for those young ladies, and we do volunteer work throughout the year in the community. They do a ton of fundraising. Like I said, we meet once a week, and they have different obligations that they need to stick to in order to be eligible for the trip at the end.
Okay, very interesting. And how do they sign up for? I'm sure it's not ready for signups yet, but how would they sign up for this?
Once we are ready, we usually start all of our programming by October. We kind of leave September just to get kids back in a routine, acclimated to the club, different schedule. And then around October, there'll be signups out. And
Okay,
of course, Facebook is our best advertisement. So I highly recommend that people like us on Facebook so you can see all the stuff going on. And then they can just call or stop in at the club and sign up.
yeah. And I'm sure we'll talk about this again in future updates here with the Boys
Absolutely.
and Girls Club here on WOJB. Um, just a general question as far as the Boys and Girls Club of Ray. How long has this been going on? What's the history that you know of the club and the real purpose of the club for the community?
Well, we have been a chartered Boys and Girls Club since 1996. We were like the third or fourth Native club in the United States. So that's a huge testament to our community and to our supporters that, we're still here and we're still operating, growing larger than ever.
Yeah,
So like I said, we've been here since 96. I think a lot of people who just don't know and think, oh, they just hang out at the club or, staff supervise kids, which of course we do. But it's really, building relationships with our kids and offering programs for them to help them succeed at school or as they're becoming adults or, in their personal lives, as well as really offering opportunities for our kids that they may not experience, at home. And for our community, it is such an asset, to know that your child is somewhere safe with adult supervision, building those relationships with adults in their life. We feed them, we supervise, we entertain them, we offer experiences. The list just goes on and
yeah,
on.
right.
So
That's a
yeah, it's more than, just let's throw a ball in the gym and we'll make sure everybody is safe. Of course, that's our number one priority, safe, but it's a lot of programming and a lot of life skills. And just like I said, my biggest thing about the club is being able to offer kids opportunities. Maybe they've never been kayaking or canoeing or out of state or to an amusement park or, just different
right.
things.
Yeah,
So just to be able to broaden their horizon and offer, a cooking class. Some kids might think, oh, I don't like to cook. Then they start and they love it. We give them opportunities to fall in love with things they didn't even know they love to do.
sure. Yeah, I kin it to a giant social club. It's not like social media where everything is done remotely and you don't really get to be around people. It's a real life
Yeah.
social media club where you're all together, and
Yeah.
it's a really great opportunity.
And it's
Yeah,
a very hands-on, we're
right.
building based, which we don't have a ton of that for our young people in our county, in our larger community. So we really, really are very fortunate to have what we have here.
Something to get the kids off their devices for at least a couple hours a day.
We try,
Yeah,
that's why in the summer we do so much stuff off site because we really, really just want to get them outside and get them moving. And like I said, have them do things that they don't think they like to do, but in reality, they do like to do.
yeah, right.
So it's really nice. We have this big brick building that has no reception inside of it. And we try to keep the Wi-Fi password under wraps as good as can be,
Right.
just give kids that time to just disconnect a little bit and have actual interaction with their peers and adults, and just building that social aspect that I think a lot of times is lacking now.
Yeah. And is there a cost for this during the fall season? Is there a cost when you start up, and how does someone get their kids involved?
So to be a member, we charge $10 a year for their whole membership fee. 6 and 7 year olds are free of charge. They do not pay anything. During the summer months, we charge $1 a day, but during the whole school year, there is no daily fee at all.
Mm, wow.
And anybody can go onto our website and they can print off membership forms are on there and
Okay.
bring it to the club. I encourage anybody and everybody to just stop into the club and get paperwork, just so you can get a feel of what's going on. You can meet people in person. You can kind of get an idea, what everything looks like and what's going on. But at any time, you can become a member. It's not just, certain signups, different times of the year or certain days or anything like that.
Okay.
I mean,
Sure.
if today at 3 o'clock you decided you needed to sign someone up, come on in. Tomorrow morning at 7, whenever. And it's one
Okay.
of those things where we're an open door. We have an open door policy. So it's not something like school or daycare where you have to commit to a certain schedule. You
Okay.
can come and you can leave, whatever's convenient for our families.
Sure. And this is open to native and non-native families in the
Absolutely.
community. Yeah.
We've tried to express that for years. And like I said, people that don't know just don't know.
Yeah.
But absolutely, we serve any child in our areas. A lot of kids come up and are visiting grandparents or another parent
Oh,
from out of town for
okay.
the summer. And they come, like I said, sometimes they only come for a week during the summer. Sometimes it's all summer. And we are, yes, completely open to non-native children, native children, children who live on the reservation, children who do not. We
Okay.
service 6-year-olds to 18-year-olds.
6 to 18. Okay. Good to keep in mind. Well, Heather, thank you so much. It was a great conversation again, as always, and we look
Absolutely.
forward to National Night Out on
Yep.
this Thursday.
It is from 6 o'clock until dusk. We have a ton of partners this year that are helping sponsor the event, and we are able to give away 300 backpacks with school supplies again. We do have emergency service vehicles coming. We have LifeLink, the helicopter flying in again for the kids and families. So it should be a really fun night. And we're also doing a little fireworks show at the end, right in front of the school.
Yeah. All right. Well, Heather, thank you so much for
Thank you.
taking your time out of the day and sharing it with us here at WOJB. Have a good
Thanks.
day.
You too. Bye-bye.